Good morning, and welcome in to the Lifeline Morning Show. I'm Steven. Thanks so much for starting your day with me. I've been under the weather the past couple of days, and I just want to say, your messages, your check-ins, they meant the world to me. Y'all are the best. And honestly, these last couple of days, well, they go so well with what I'm about to talk about. Corrie ten Boom once said, "You can never learn that Christ is all you need until Christ is all you have." Now, if you know anything about her story, wow. But I wonder if maybe you found yourself in that spot before. Because weakness has a way of stripping things back, slowing things down, reminding us that our strength isn't what carries us. He does. That's why today's theme is so important. When your strength runs out, God's strength steps in. And maybe that's right where you are this morning. Maybe life feels heavier than usual. Maybe you woke up tired. Maybe you're stretched thinner than you ever planned to be during the Christmas season. If that's you, you're not failing. You're not falling behind. You're in the exact place where God's grace shines bright. And that brings us to today's word of life. And this one speaks right to the heart of weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9 in the New Living Translation of the Bible says, "Each time he said, 'My grace is all you need. My power works best in weakness. So now I'm glad to boast about my weaknesses so that the power of Christ can work through me.'" What if your weakness today isn't a burden, but an invitation? What if this is the moment where Christ becomes your strength? Your power, your peace, your enough. You don't have to be strong today because He already is. All right, let's get this Wednesday going, shall we? I got some great music lined up for you. And hey, if this is speaking to you this morning, I'd love to hear from you. You can always message me, text me, 256-967-0885. I'd love to hear from you. Or if you'd rather call me, here's the studio number, 256-505-0885. Hey, I'm right here with you. Thank you for being here on the Lifeline Morning Show, and I am so glad to be back. Here's Mercy Me with "What Child Is This?" I am feeling the love in the studio this morning. Thank you, Felicia, for reaching out, and you too, Janae. I'm so glad to be back, and I missed y'all too. Thank you. Thank you for texting me this morning. It means a lot. Here's Bobby Helms with "Jingle Bell Rock." We are 24/7 Christmas music right now, and that means that we get to play some of the old standards, some of the ones you grew up with, and it just takes you back to your childhood, doesn't it? Well, you know what? We could step back a little further if you'd like. Some older Christmas music, and maybe some modern Christmas music in an old way, even. You see, if you've been around here for a while, you know that I'm a musician, right? I started playing drums when I was 10. I learned at church, and I ended up... They found out at school that I could play, so they had me playing in the jazz band and then in the marching band, and then I went to college for it. I actually went to Wallace State and then to Jacksonville State. I was a music major, and so I love music. And how fitting is it that I get to be around music every day right here on the radio? I absolutely love it, but I got to tell you, even last night, I went and ordered some takeout. We just weren't feeling up to cooking dinner last night, so I'm there at Grumpy's and Arab, and as I get up to the counter, I don't remember, maybe I set my phone down or something happens. I touch the countertop and it feels weird. It's like, it's not solid, but it gives a little crispness. It gives just this little snap as you touch it. I'm like, oh. And see, I'm weird this way. I geek out sometimes. So I told the cashier who was behind the counter, I'm like, oh, this reminds me of a cajon. You know what a cajon is? That's what drummers use when they don't have a drum set to play, or they're in a space that, it's not great for drums. Drums would be too loud. A cajon is like this box that lots of times you sit on, you smack it in different places, it makes different sounds. And this really reminds me of a cajon. I felt like a huge nerd. I did, but I do this all the time. So, sorry, not sorry. Anyway, I love knowing a little more about music. And so if I can pass that along to somebody, yeah, I love doing it. Well, here, I want to pass along a little sound to you. How about a little ragtime Christmas? You ready for this? I don't think you are. Here's your normal Okay? Now, are you ready? Let's go. I can get down with that. How about you? I love it. Oh, here's Kane with Celebrate Me Home. Thanks for letting me geek out for just a minute. I was just wondering, when you need to rest, do you find yourself actually resting, or do you find yourself being productive in some way? I came across somebody who I think gets me. Yeah, and I wonder if he gets you too. His name is Ethan, and I'm going to let him share his little tidbit with you after Toby McIntosh Layton with Christmas Hits Different, right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be worth a listen. You might even chuckle like me. So last week, the pressure was on because, you see, it's one thing to keep your house clean and tidy and useful for yourself and your family to live in, right? But there's another type of clean that you want to achieve when you have company coming. It's one of the things I learned when I was little. I'll never forget my mom. Whenever we'd get up on a Saturday morning and we'd start cleaning, I would ask her, like, every time, "Are we having somebody come over? Who's coming over? We can have a visitor?" She's like, "No, son, we just need a clean house." Anyway, well, we were having visitors come over during the weekend because, you see, our daughter Grace was turning 11 years old and she was going to have her first ever sleepover where she had 2 friends come over. And let me tell you, it was amazing here after the fact. I'll tell you more about that later on in the show, but let's talk a little bit about the preparation leading up to the kids coming and spending the night. There was laundry to be done. And there was dusting and vacuuming and organizing and all the things. It was dishes and oh my. Wow. It was a lot. But we tried to space it out and we tried to get it done. And sure enough, we did. We did a great job. And it was nice and tidy and presentable. So I'm very happy about that. And then, yes, we had a great weekend until the stomach bug hit. And that's, I'm coming in today. I've been off the past 2 days because I've been trying to get over that because I had it. And then it's like I passed it on to Cassie and she had it. And we were wondering last night if Grace had it because she was complaining about her stomach hurting. So hopefully everything's good and she's okay this morning. I'm waiting to hear from Cassie. But anyway. But even during the stomach bug, you know what? I find it really hard to sit still, to just veg out, to watch TV, to not worry about anything because I'm of a particular generation. And I don't know, I think it is a generational thing. For instance, let me just run down this with you real quick, okay? The different generations by year. So the silent generation, born from 1928 to 45. The boomers from 1946 to 64. Gen X from 1965 to 1980. Millennials from 1981 to 1996. Gen Z from 1997 to 2012. And then Gen Alpha, right? Born 2013 and up. Well, I am of the millennial sort, that generation, because I was born in 1982. And yes, I know millennial does not carry with it a great connotation. Nope, it does not. But it is what I am. And I think I found somebody who gets it. I found somebody who completely understands what it is to be a millennial. His name is Ethan. And he hit the nail on the head with this one. I just wanted him to share it with you too, to see if maybe you agree with this. Let's find out.
I think I speak for all millennials when I say we're the generation that self-soothes with productivity instead of rest. Like, other people relax by sitting down. We relax by suddenly deciding to deep clean the microwave at 9:45 p.m. I'll be stressed, overwhelmed, one minor inconvenience away from shutting down, and my brain goes, let's reorganize the Tupperware drawer. Yeah, that'll fix everything. We don't rest. We just shuffle tasks around until the anxiety gets confused and leaves for a little bit. And what's wild is we don't even realize we're doing it anymore. Growing up, we were told to be busy, be useful, always be doing something. So now life gets a little heavy, and we cope by deep cleaning the baseboards, like someone's about to come by and check our work and grade us on it. What's crazy though is that it actually kind of works for 10-minute stretches at least, and then the stress creeps back in, and next thing you know, you're reorganizing the spice rack alphabetically. So yeah, we're not always trying to be productive. We're just trying to calm our brains a little bit so we can breathe for a second, because doing something feels safer than doing nothing.
Right? I mean, come on. He's speaking my language right there. Is that you too? Do you find yourself self-soothing by doing stuff around the house? By feeling like you're being productive? It does help a little bit, for just a little while at least. I just had to pass that along. It's just something about the way we deal with stuff, I don't know how you deal with it. Maybe you're able to just veg out and chill and just sit there and, but I have a hard time. I feel like if I'm not being productive, I'm not bringing in any value. I don't know, maybe that's just a character flaw that I have. But anyway, I think it could be a generational thing. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. I think we need some great music. So how about let's get some Winter Wonderland going. Then we'll get you Weather Word of Life and we'll be getting Wacky Word Wednesday on the car line competition cranked up here pretty soon as well. After Dominic the Donkey. That's a good one. I love it. I think of Chris Lawrence every time I play that song. Thank you, sir, for putting that on our radar. It's a big deal around here now because of you, my friend. All right. Hey, you know what? It's time to do a little something. You want to say it with me in 3, 2, 1. Give me the horn. All right. Now, I guess, after we do that, there's something else we have to do. What is that again? Oh, yeah, we got to crank that engine. So can you help me do that, too? Let's go ahead. Turn that key. Oh, yeah, it's a strong crank. And now, shall we hit the music so I can say, hey, everybody, it's time to play the car line competition. That's right, your chance to win some gift cards this morning. But how many, Stephen? Oh, 3. Yeah, 1 to Gunnersville Chick-fil-A, 1 to Albertville Home Bakery, 1 to the Caring Heart Thrift Store in Arab. How does it work, Stephen? Oh, you're new to this? Okay, well, I'm glad to tell you. So, it's a trivia game. Today's Wacky Word Wednesday, so we're going to talk about some very wacky words. You got to tell me what I'm looking for. And you know what happens then? You tell me the right answer. You win those 3 gift cards. You keep 1 and give the other 2 away. I'll even ask you, who are you going to give those to, so that you can share some love with them right here on the radio. Don't worry. Don't be nervous. I don't take the phone calls live. I don't put them live on the air. I edit them down and make you sound like a rock star on the radio. So with all that out of the way, remember you can only win 1 time a month. Are you ready? Ready to play my game? We'll put this number in your phone, 256-505-0885. Don't call me yet, but put the phone number there, 256-505-0885. So everybody is ready now? Everybody is ready. Okay, here we go. First question. And away we go. I'm a real word that sounds like something an elf would shout after dropping a stack of presents. But I actually describe old-fashioned expressions you might find in classic Christmas books. What word am I? A, gadzookery, B, gobbledygook, C, flapdoodle, or D, humbuggery? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. I love these Wacky Word Wednesdays. They're so much fun. Again, I'm a real word that sounds like something an elf would shout after dropping a stack of presents. But I actually describe old-fashioned expressions you might find in classic Christmas books. What word am I? A, gadzookery, B, gobbledygook, C, flapdoodle, or D, humbuggery? 256-505-0885. There's my caller. Stay right there on the phone line with me while I start this song and I'll get your answer. It's Nat King Cole with the Christmas song. Howdy ho, good morning.
Howdy ho, Mr. Steven.
What's going on, my friend?
Not a whole lot, brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing much better. I'm feeling good and having some fun here in the studio. So,
That's awesome, brother. Amen.
you like some wacky words?
We're going to give it a shot.
All right.
It's my first time actually playing this one. So.
All right, well, let's try it. I'm a real word that sounds like something an elf would shout after dropping a stack of presents. But I actually describe old-fashioned expressions you might find in classic Christmas books. What word am I? A, gadzookery, B, gobbledygook, C, flapdoodle, or D, humbuggery?
I'm thinking D, humbuggery.
Humbuggery. Is that your final answer?
I'm going to lock it in, I think.
You're gonna lock that in? Okay. Man, I'm sorry. That's not the one I was looking for. But
that's all good, brother.
it goes so well with Scrooge, though, doesn't it? I'm thinking of Scrooge.
Well, yeah, because you think like old classic, Christmas books.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You think humbuggery, would be in there, but
Yeah,
it's all
unfortunately.
good, brother.
Yeah, but you just cleared one off the board, so it's still a win, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, dude, I hope you have an amazing day.
You too, bro.
Hey, that means somebody's got a better shot at this, because one of these things is off the board. So what could it be? You got 3 options to choose from. You got a 33.3333% chance. You ready to go? All right. Hey, I just did math in my head. I'm proud of myself. All right, here we go. I'm a real word that sounds like something an elf would shout after dropping a stack of presents, but I actually describe old-fashioned expressions you might find in classic Christmas books. What word am I? A, gadzookery, B, gobbledygook, or C, flapdoodle? 256-505-0885 is a number to call. Hey, what do you see in your head when I say the word flapdoodle?
I think that's a crazy word.
Right? Well, I think of it like a dog, like a cross between a poodle and like a basset hound, with the big flappy ears.
Yes.
That would be a funny looking dog. Anyway, what's your name?
My name's Frank.
All right, Frank. Man, how's your week been going so far?
Oh, every day's good, man. God is good every day.
Yes, he is. All right, so I've got a question for you. This could land you 3 gift cards, and it's all about this wacky word I'm looking for. A real word that sounds like something an elf would shout after dropping a stack of presents. But I actually describe old-fashioned expressions you might find in classic Christmas books. What word am I? A, gadzookery, B, gobbledygook, or C, flapdoodle?
I'm going to go with C, flapdoodle.
You're going to go with C, flat. Now, are you at all influenced by me using that word when I answered the phone?
No.
Okay.
No, I was already thinking of the word.
Oh, well, it's a good option. It's a good option. But let me tell you the options, all the 3 options one more time before you lock it in. Is it A, gadzookery, B, gobbledygook, or C, flapdoodle? Now, you still want to lock in flapdoodle?
I think I'm going to change my answer.
Okay, what are we going for?
We're going
Gadzookery
with B.
or gobbledygook?
B.
Gobbledygook. All right, you want to lock that one in?
Yeah, we'll lock that one in.
Man, I'm so sorry. That's not the one I was looking for. But you
it's all good.
you cleared another one off the board, my friend. So it's still a win.
You guys have an amazing week.
Thank you. You as well. And I hope you'll call back and play again soon.
Yes.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye. Today's is just hard. It is. But hey, if you've been following along, you know there are 2 answers that are completely off the board. So the right answer's still there. Somebody still has a chance of winning 3 gift cards. And there's my caller. All right, stay right there on the phone line with me while I start this song, and I'll get your answer. It is Casting Crowns and Away in a Manger. I don't think you understand how much I have missed this over the past 2 days. I have been doubled over in the studio laughing so hard because y'all are amazing. I've had some great calls this morning on the car line competition. In this most recent call, it's going to have you chuckling too. So you don't want to miss this. Stick around and I'll try to have it for you next. I got to edit it down just a little bit more and I'll have it ready for you here on the air. Okay? I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this. In the meantime, Perry Como, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. This call was absolute gold. Take a listen. All right. Now, I believe you're going to get this one. 2 of these things are off the board. I believe you have what it takes to bring home 3 gift cards. What's your name?
Rhodes.
Rhodes. All right, Rhodes. How's everything going?
Good.
Good. Anything fun happened this week thus far?
Not really. I went to a gate yesterday.
Gifted and talented education. GATE. I gotcha. Well, hey, y'all get to do some pretty amazing things too, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very nice. Well, hey, maybe we can add another fun thing to the list because I'm thinking you got what it takes to win these gift cards. So let's find out. Here we go. I wonder if you know the answer to my question. I'm a real word that sounds like something an elf would shout after dropping a stack of presents. But I actually describe old-fashioned expressions you might find in classic Christmas books. What word am I? A, gadzookery, or C, flapdoodle?
A, gadzookery.
A, gadzookery is correct! Congratulations to you! You just won 3 gift cards. What do you think about that?
Good.
Good, I'm glad. All right, so that's 1 to keep, 2 to give away. Can you tell me about 2 very special people going to be getting a gift card?
I want to give one to my cousin. Her name is Emmy.
Okay.
And one to my older brother. Actually, my older brother's already got 2, maybe 3. I don't know. So I'm gonna give one to my little brother.
Okay, to your little brother. All right, what's his name?
Jack.
Jack. How old is Jack?
4.
Oh, wow. What do we love about Jack?
I don't know.
You're still learning what to love about him, huh?
There's so much. And so much not.
This morning he frowned at me and tried to hit me.
Oh, my. He's got a bit of an attitude today, but, he's 4. It's expected.
It's brotherly love at our house all the time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I grew up with a little brother. I know that brotherly love all too well. It hurts sometimes. All right, so...
It hurts all the time.
You are so good, my friend, and you're so right. All right, you said your cousin first. Now, what do we love? You said Emmy, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do we love about Emmy?
She's always there for me. She always, well, for starters, she doesn't punch me like my brothers.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. All right, so she hasn't punched you, and anything else?
She's really nice.
Aww.
Kind.
That's so sweet. That's good. Rhodes, you rock. I hope you have a great day at school, and thank you for calling me and playing my game. Now, what school would you like to shout out?
Cherokee Elementary.
All right, very good. Well, I got it down. Thank you so much for calling me up, playing my game. Let me ask you one more question. Rhodes, what do you hope to get for Christmas?
An electric scooter.
An electric scooter. Oh, yeah. Those things can go pretty fast, can't they?
Yes, sir.
Now, what kind of things would you do on an electric scooter?
Get hurt.
Ride around, I guess.
And get hurt.
Okay.
Probably get hurt some.
Okay. Now, how would you get hurt on an electric scooter, Rhodes?
Falling off if I went too fast.
Falling off if you went too
Crashing
fast.
into a mailbox.
Oh. Into a mailbox, huh? Well, I'm sure you'll find ways of having fun. And yeah, you might get a few bumps and bruises, but that's all growing up. So it's all good. All right. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
All right. Bye. Oh my, 2 wheels and a little bit of freedom do end up in some bruises and some scrapes. Oh, I'm living proof of that. Oh my, all the times we ramped things, all the times we tried to jump over stuff, or on the bicycle when you try to pop a wheelie and you go too far. Yeah, all of that, it hurts, but oh, it's so much fun. Rhodes, man, you rock. Thank you so much for playing my game. Now, we're going to move on to question number 2, and we are running out of time. Oh, my. So let's go ahead and get those bells in here. I got to hear those before we get to, there we go. And here we go. Second round of the car-lined competition. I wonder if you know what I'm looking for here. I'm a real word you might hear in old Christmas songs or see on festive greeting cards. I sound fancy, old-fashioned, and very merry, and I describe the whole season we're celebrating right now. What word am I? A, wassail. B, Yuletide. C, Tannenbaum, or D, mistletoe? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Waiting on your call right now. If you know it, you better call me up. Win these gift cards. Let me ask the question one final time before I let you go to some business and ministry impact partners. Here it is. I'm a real word you might hear in old Christmas songs or see on festive greeting cards. I sound fancy, old-fashioned, and very merry. And I describe the whole season we're celebrating right now. What word am I? A, wassail. That's W-A-S-S-A-I-L. I've heard that in some songs before. B, Yuletide. C, Tannenbaum. Or D, mistletoe. 256-505-0885. Call me up, let me know, and you could win 3 gift cards. I'm waiting on your call. While I wait, let's hear those ministry and business impact partners. Good morning to you, Geraldine. I see you hanging out with us on the stream. Also, we've got Gunnersville here. We've got Albertville. We've got Arab hanging out with us. Our friends over in Atlanta are here, as well as our friends across the pond in Fuchenstein of Oakland, Germany. Thank you. Guten Tag. Thanks for making us a part of your afternoon already over there. All right, so what are we going to do? Well, we really ran out of time for the car line competition. I didn't have any calls on that last question, so I think we're just going to put a pin in it right there, and we'll hold it until tomorrow. We'll start fresh with 2 brand new rounds on Thursdays are 3-clue Thursdays, so we'll do that tomorrow. But we'll bring it to an end this morning. That first question was a doozy, though, wasn't it? Oh, and just in case you were wondering what those other terms meant, because there were quite a few guesses. Well, this whole deal about gadzookery is the use of archaic or periodic specific words and expressions, especially when overdone, most often found in historical novels. You can find that sometimes in, old Christmas books. How about flapdoodle? That is basic nonsense. That's what it means. I looked it up in the dictionary. Nonsense. How about gobbledygook? Well, that is language that is meaningless or is made unintelligible by excessive use of abstruse technical terms or nonsense. So there you go. That's the reason why the answer was gadzookery. And that's where you get the word gadzooks from, by the way. Now you know the rest of the story. Sorry, I had to do that. Every time I say now you know, it's just, I used to listen to him on the radio. He was such a cool guy. Anyway, do you remember who I'm talking about? Yeah? Oh, it was so good, wasn't it? The rest of the story. Yeah, Paul Harvey really had a way of telling a story. Somebody I really look up to in this profession, even though he's no longer with us. All right, more great music headed your way. Let's see. How about some Riley Clemens with Come Adore Him right here, right now on the Lifeline Morning Show.
This is Pastor Larry Walls with your Drive Time Devotion. Cheryl continued to complain that she didn't make enough money. She couldn't afford the things that she really wanted, and that she never was going to amount to anything. A counselor once told her that she was throwing her energy away by complaining instead of using that same energy to get ahead. But Cheryl countered with her statement, "You just don't understand. I'm not the problem, the job is." Well, the counselor said to her, "Your low-paying job may be a problem and your boss may be demanding too much, but if you're continually that upset, you yourself are causing more harm than either the job or the boss. You can't control your boss and you can't control the job, but you can control how you feel about them both. You need to change your attitude," he said. Well, Cheryl decided to take the counselor's advice. When she stopped all of her whining about her life and her problems, people around her began to notice that. She got a promotion and she was even more marketable at that time. Within a few months, she was transferred into a new position with a higher pay and even a more supportive boss. Proverbs 6:2 gives this wisdom. It says, "Thou art snared with the words of thy mouth, thou art taken with the words of thy mouth." But just remember, awful is a state of attitude. A change in attitude will change the state of things. If you keep saying that things are going to be bad, you have a good chance of being a self-made prophet. Pray with me. Father God, help us to have an attitude of gratitude for all that you've blessed us with, regardless if it seems meager to us. Help us to believe in you and all that you are to us. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
How about some more great music? Of course, we got some great stuff lined up for you. And we do have some fun stuff to talk about. In fact, we're going to dig a little deeper into the music, a particular song that you may not know the origin of that is going to absolutely blow your mind and how it got its start. and what it has been through over the decades since it was written. It still gets me. I know it's going to get you. So don't go anywhere. It's coming up at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. You have got to hear it. Okay? But in the meantime, the Carpenters. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. A gift, an invitation, a carriage ride, a friend, a war, a transformation. Wow. This thing, I'm telling you, it is packed full. I hope you're ready for it, because you're about to find out the origin of Oh Holy Night. You ready for this? Here we go.
The story starts in the mid-1800s, way back in the mid-1800s, in this small little village, a small little town in France, not far from Paris. It starts with this guy. He was a wine merchant. His name is Placide Cappeau. I don't speak French, so I don't know if that's how his name is pronounced. But Cappeau is this guy. He's a wine merchant. He's known for being kind of wild. He's not a churchy guy. He's not a religious guy. He's not really a follower of Jesus at all. He has no really devotion to God at all. He's known to be kind of the wild and crazy guy. But at this time, his local church was undergoing this huge renovation. And they were renovating in a beautiful way. They're bringing this organ, and it was this huge thing for the whole region, for that town and the surrounding towns. And so the local priest, he wanted to invite Cappeau to church. He wanted to get him connected in church and hopefully to spark something in him. And so he invites, like, you got to come to the dedication. You got to come to the dedication. And Cappeau, he's like, I'm not a church guy. I don't want anything to, not really. No, thank you. But the priest realized that Cappeau was a great poet, that he had this incredible skill for writing beautiful poetry. And he saw that in him and he said, will you compose a poem to recite at the dedication? And of course, Cappeau couldn't say no to that. He's like, that's his thing, right? He's super into poetry. So he's like, okay, fine, I'll do it. I'll be there and I'll write this poem. But it's funny because as he tried to compose it, as he tried to write it, and he's trying to get it all together, nothing was coming to him, right? He himself was not a religious person. He had no living faith himself, so nothing was coming to him. Until one night, he's in a stagecoach on his way to Paris to meet his friend. It's in the middle of the night, and Cappeau's sitting there reading Luke chapter 2, the birth of Christ. And he just has this moment. I mean, you can almost kind of visualize it, right? The middle of the night, no clouds in the sky, this bright, glowing moon. You know, the air's cold and crisp, and you can see your breath, the nostrils out of the horses, and he's in this stagecoach, and he's bundled up, and he's looking over, probably trying to use the moonlight to read the birth of Christ in Luke chapter 2. And he has this moment. He has this encounter with the living God. The Holy Spirit stirs something in him like never before, and he's overcome, and he has this transformative experience. And in that moment, he just begins to write down what he's experiencing, and he's writing down what he's feeling, and he's writing down what he's thinking. And in that moment, he composes this beautiful poem, and he titles it Cantique de Noël. Well, he arrives in Paris at the end of that trip. He gets there early in the morning, right at the break of dawn. He gets there and he meets his friend. It was a guy named Adolphe Charles Adams. And Adolphe Charles Adams was also not a churchy guy. He was also not religious. He had no real faith or devotion of his own. And so Cappeau, he gets down, he rushes in. He's so excited. And he's like, I've had this experience. I've had this encounter. And Adams is like, what are you talking about? And he sits him down and he tells him about this experience that he's had. And he reads this poem to him that he had just now composed. And Adam himself is overcome with emotion, and he's inspired. He himself is a musical composer. So he says, I want to compose music to go along with your poem that you've made. And so Cappeau, he takes his poem, he takes the music that's composed to go along with it. He goes back home, he gets back home, returns with this masterpiece, goes to the local priest, tells him about this experience he's had. He sits him down and he sings this song, this poem that he's composed. And the priest is in tears. He's like, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. We're going to have the choir sing this song. This is at the dedication. It's going to be incredible. Day before the dedication, some of the people heard that Cappeau and the choir were going to sing this song that he himself had composed. And some of the people were angry about this because they knew Capote, right? Like they're like, we all grew up together in this town. We know who he is. He's kind of a wild guy. He's the guy down at the bar, not the guy at the church. And so they were like, this isn't, how dare you? It's almost like a prodigal son type deal. If you know that story, the older brother, he wasn't happy when the prodigal son returned. I've been faithful and he hasn't. The priest puts his foot down. He says, no, you don't understand. God is doing something here. And there's something beautiful and there's something wonderful here. And so the next day at midnight, the day of the night of the dedication, they do it at midnight. The whole town and people from surrounding towns all gather together. The choir gets up. And for the first time ever, they sing, O Holy Night. And the people are brought to worship like never before. And the Holy Spirit is stirring in them. And there's kind of a bit of a revival that breaks out. And this song spreads out to their towns. And it spreads all throughout France. For the next 20 years, this song is spreading and people are being touched. And there's this revival that's breaking out. 20 years go by. And France is at war with Germany. It's the Franco-Prussian War. In the middle of the Franco-Prussian War, during the battle, Christmas Eve, 1871, there's a little French soldier. He's in his trench, his little ditch there, and they're shooting at each other. And he runs out of ammo. He's completely out. He's got nothing. He's desperate. It's over. In the middle of this battle, this is a real story. In the middle of the battle, he steps up out of the trench, out into the no man's land, right in the middle of the two armies. Everyone sees this and is kind of shocked. There's this moment of like, what? And that shock causes a momentary lull in the gunfire. People stop shooting for this moment. And they see this French soldier step out there with no weapons, no rifle, no guns, nothing at all. He stands up, he starts singing, O Holy Night. And he sings the first verse, and he sings the second verse, and his fellow French comrades begin to sing with him. And together they sing verse 2, and they sing verse 3. And when they get to verse 4, the Germans start singing with them. And on this battlefield, these two armies, these two enemies, are worshiping and praising God with this song together. It causes a 24-hour ceasefire for Christmas Day. 35 years later. Over in the United States, there's a man named Reginald Fessenden. He was a former associate with Thomas Edison. He's a bit of an electrical genius himself, and he's just got this brilliant mind. He did something that was absolutely impossible. He's in his garage, and he has scraps of like mechanical and electrical gear. And he puts these scraps together and he builds this generator. And it's a more powerful generator than any that has ever been built before. And he has this broadcast antenna on his property there. And he hooks up this generator to the broadcast antenna that's more powerful than anyone's ever seen. And in 1906, on Christmas Eve, I swear this is a true story, he gets this rudimentary microphone that he plugs into this generator that's plugged into this broadcast tower. He flips it on, he picks up a violin, and he begins to play O Holy Night. Now you got to understand that like at this time, 1906, there were radio antennas and there were speakers and headphones. That was all over the place, but it was Morse code. Beep, 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 beep. It's just the boops and beeps, and that's all it was, right? So you just imagine every business office on the East Coast, every, newspaper office, they're getting, all of these ships in the North Atlantic, all these guys they're like, whoa, this music for the very first time, the very first song ever played, broadcast over radio, is the guy playing violin. He's playing O Holy Night. People are rushing around these little speakers and they're hearing this. They're like, this is incredible. This is incredible. What? Wow. This is blowing people's minds. He plays through O Holy Night. And when he gets done, he leans into the microphone and he begins to read Luke chapter 2. Luke chapter 2 is the birth of Christ.
What a story. I love that. Did you know the origin of O Holy Night? Well, now you do. I love that. It brought a war to peace for 24 hours. Think about that. Think about that. When your strength runs out, God's strength steps in. The guy was out of ammo. He started singing. He got up between the trenches. And other people started joining in. The guns were put down. Everybody joined together, unified. That's power. That's God's strength. That's amazing. Here's Celine Dion to sing that song. Thanks for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Okay, guys, it's a real head scratcher trying to figure out what the woman in your life really wants, not just during the holiday season, but just any time of the year. I think I found an answer for you, and I'm going to have to try this out too. I'm just saying I'll share specifically what I'm talking about next. Don't go anywhere. Here's Jeremy Camp. Hark, the herald angels sing. Yes, even after 18 years of wedded bliss, I have not figured out how to read my wife's mind. I have tried, believe me, and it gets me in trouble sometimes when I don't know what she wants. So, fellas, I'm here to help you. Here is what I believe your woman might actually want. And it's not just a Christmas thing. This is a any day kind of thing. Ladies, maybe you could chime in. Tell me if maybe this is what you want.
I don't know how to explain it to a man. My husband's like, what do you want to do today? I'll tell you what I want to do, but you're going to have questions. You're going to have questions. It's not going to make sense to you. What I want to do is I want to get in the car. I want to go get a beverage. I don't care if it's an iced coffee. I don't care if it's a crispy Coke from McDonald's. I'll be happy either way. Then I want to drive to a store. What store? Don't care. It could be Farm and Home, Tractor Supply, a thrift store, TJ Maxx, Bell's, Old Navy, Carter's, Little Baby store. I don't care. I just want to go in. I want to look around. I want to dilly-dally. That's what I want to do. What do you need in there? Probably nothing. But I want to go in. I want to walk around. I want to pick things up and I want to show them to you. Look how cute this is. Oh my gosh, look how expensive this is. Look how cool this is. Wouldn't this look good here? I just want to make comments. I want to chat. I want to walk around in a weird little path in circles all over the store for like an hour or so. And then I want to leave, possibly with nothing in hand. But trust me, my cup will runneth over. I will be happy. I will be fully satisfied, even if I don't have anything. Because I dilly-dallied and had a great day.
Ladies, are we on to something here? Is that what you really want? Hey, I need your help because we're trying to help all the guys out right now, okay? So if you would, reach out to me and let me know what makes you have an amazing day. What can us guys do to help you have an amazing day? Text me, 256-967-0885, or call me. I'd love to hear your voice, 256-505-0885. I really want you to chime in on this. If you will, please, I'd greatly appreciate it. So text 256-967-0885 or call 256-505-0885. I look forward to hearing from you. I just got a message from a guy who had a little something to say about that last audio clip that I played. And I'm trying to help him out because I understand the thought behind what he's trying to get across to me. It's just the words that he used. I think they need to be softened just a little bit. So I'm working on that. And we'll talk more about it coming up here in the next few minutes. You might chuckle a little bit. Guys, you need to be paying attention here because sometimes it's not exactly what you say, but how you say it that makes the biggest difference. See, I'm being strategic here. All right. So let me get back to some music. I'll go work a little bit. I'll be back and we'll talk more about it. Sound good? All right. Thanks for being here. Again, you can text me 256-967-0885 or call 256-505-0885. And thank you in advance. I got his permission, so I'm just going to come out and say it. Michael Kelly reached out to me after I played that clip of the lady saying she just wants to go, maybe get a crispy beverage, maybe even go to like Starbucks, grab a drink, go to a store, just shop for about an hour, go around the store, pick things up, but she's not going alone. No, her man is coming with her, and that's going to make a great day. She says, my cup runneth over on a day like that. So we're trying to unpack this a little bit because us guys, we need to know how to make your day a little bit better. So Michael, well, he came out with something, and he said, it's okay. You can tell people it's me. People know I'm a little blunt anyway. Michael, surely not you. But, oh, man. You know what he said about that? You know what he said about that whole comment? He said this. That's one way to say I just want to be completely unproductive. Well, and I said to him, I responded back, and I got to cover myself here because I responded back. I said, "Wow, you have to word it differently." So I'll work on it for you. So I'm currently working on how we can make that comment a little gentler. And so I'm looking at a few strategies. But ladies, how are we feeling about that comment? Do you think it is just a complete waste of time? That it's being unproductive? That you just, ooh. I mean, I'm sure you have a strong opinion on that. So let me know. Text me 256-967-0885 or call 256-505-0885 and let's discuss this one. Now let's get to the bottom of this because us guys really want to know what's going to make you happy. Oh, and I got another response that is so good from one of you ladies. And I can't wait to share that with you. So don't go anywhere. Here's Bing Crosby. Talking a little bit about this whole idea of dilly-dallying, how it can recharge the batteries for you ladies. And we've been digging a little deeper into this. We heard from Danielle. Danielle said, sometimes us moms, we need a chance to turn our brains off. And you know what? Have a little conversation. We want that connection. So if that means walking around the store for an hour, dilly-dallying, then hey, it's fine. Yeah. You know what? I've never thought of it like that before. And then Danette just called me up and she had something to share with me as well. She's like, we have to shut our brains off from time to time. We have to. So if you guys want some brownie points, here's how you get them. You take us and we just waste some time together because we just need that opportunity. She said we need to shut our brains off. We need to turn off sometimes. And that's how you can score those points. So guys, sometimes it's going to look unproductive, but that's exactly what the woman in your life needs. So, here's the deal. Here's something maybe we could work on. Because if you're anything like me, well, maybe you're not so good at planning things ahead of time. Maybe this is what we need to do. Maybe we need a date night. Maybe we need to plan a date night. Go ahead and take care of childcare. Make sure that's all taken care of. I don't know if you're reaching out to your mom, to her mom, to somebody, to a babysitter, whoever it is. Let the kids go spend some time somewhere else. Bring somebody in to take care of them, but spend some time with your wife. Go and, hey, just kind of let her set the schedule. But here's the deal. When we do that, when we let her set the schedule and we show up without a plan, then that can backfire as well. Because if we haven't thought well enough into this, that we haven't planned the night, then that can turn out bad. So maybe having a plan, having a blueprint in place. And when she asks, hey, what are we doing tonight? And so you say, well, I've got some stuff I thought maybe we could do, but I'm open to any suggestions. I've got some stuff prepared, but if you want to do something else, we can totally do that. So you keep it kind of open-ended. That can be a really good thing too. But just letting her shut her brain off for a little while, I think that's going to make a big difference. Yeah. Danette, thank you so much. And she said, you know what? Going out, spending some time like that is a lot cheaper than therapy. Wow. You're right. It really is. So, guys, think maybe we can rise to the occasion here? Think maybe we can work on this? I'll be doing it too, okay? But hey, we're still talking about it. You want to reach out, ladies? Tell us what makes your day. What makes it a productive, or maybe not even a productive, what makes it a good day? What makes your day better that us guys can do for you? Okay? Call me up, 256-505-0885 or text 256-967-0885. And thank you. Happy wife, happy life is so true. That's what we're talking about this morning. What makes you ladies happy? What us guys can do for you. Now, I shared a story, and if you did not hear this, you're going to have to hear the whole thing on the podcast. It comes out at 11 o'clock this morning. You can find it across 5 platforms. Type in Lifeline Morning Show Podcast on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and YouTube Podcast. You can find all 5 locations. But I shared a little clip with you of a lady who said, hey, what makes me have a great day is going and getting like a crispy beverage like a Coca-Cola and go into a store. Don't care where it is. It could be Tractor Supply. It could be Carter's. It could be Old Navy. It could be basically anywhere, right? Just going with her man, walking around the store for about an hour, dilly-dallying, looking at stuff, picking it up, showing him, talking about it, and then maybe leaving without anything in hand. She says, that makes my day. I feel fulfilled. That fills my cup, she says. So we've been trying to understand this, and I had a pretty pointed comment from Michael Kelly, who said that just is another way of saying I want to be unproductive. And I thought, ooh, you know, we gotta word that differently. We gotta soften that up a little bit. So we've been working on that, right? But oh my, some people they're not having it. Wheezy, Michael, I don't know if you know this. Wheezy sent me a GIF. She said this is what Michael needs. It's a GIF of a guy smacking another guy in the back of the head. So, man, y'all are amazing. You know, we're a big family. We pick on each other around here, and that's always a lot of fun. But I got to tell you this, too. I heard back from Michael. He said, well, she did say walking in circles and not buying anything, just picking stuff up and putting it back down. If you're going shopping with some kind of purpose, I'm all for that. So he was kind of doubling down there. But then I think he started seeing the light a little bit. He said, and I guess it is quality time with your woman, which isn't completely unproductive. I guess I did sound more harsh. That's why I'm single, LOL. Help me, Lord. I said, oh my, we're working on it. We'll help you out, my friend. We are. Ladies, what can we do to help you have a better day? What can we do? What's within our power to help you have a better day? What fills your cup? What can us guys do for you? Okay? Remember the UPS logo, the slogan, what can Brown do for you? What can us guys do for you? Let me know. Text me 256-967-0885 or call 256-505-0885. We've had a lot of fun with this. This took a twist that I didn't see coming, and I love it. I got to say, thank you, Wheezy, for reaching out this morning. And yes, I know. I'm sorry. It was a little confusing. You heard somebody else, another couple of people actually, here on the show in my time slot. It's because I've been sick the past couple of days. I had a stomach bug, and then I passed it on to my wife, and I like to share. So far, our daughter has not gotten it, but we're both on the mend. I'm feeling a lot better. Cassie's on the mend as well. And yeah, I'm glad to be back. I missed you too. Thank you all for checking in on me as well. I got so many texts and messages. I feel the love. I really do. Y'all are amazing. So thank you. And hey, I'd like to shout some people out right now as well who are listening on the stream. Yeah, I see you down there. Where are you at? Let's see. Oh yeah, it's our friends down there in Sylacauga, Alabama. Thank you. I noticed that pin pop on from time to time. Thanks for making us part of your morning. Plus, we got Charlotte, North Carolina hanging out. Of course, our friends over in Germany are here. And let's see, we've got Arab and Albertville listening as well. So thank you for being here. It still blows my mind that people can listen to us from all across the world. And you can listen to us when you're outside of our listening radius or away from your radio. Yep. All you do is go to 885jfm.com. Click the On Now button and press play. It's really that easy. All right, let's hit some more music. Joy to the World by Casting Crowns right here, right now on the Lifeline. Wheezy is about to be feeling even more love because you see, wow, we are family around here. And like I said, we pick on each other. And guess what, Wheezy? Michael he texted me and said, I received the slap on the head, Wheezy. I deserve it. After hearing from the woman, I was wrong. It's about quality time with each other, and I get it, and I admit I was wrong. Now, Stephen, can I request Kaleidoscope Jesus as an apology to Wheezy? And since you can get a kaleidoscope as a Christmas present, y'all allow it. Well, good morning, and welcome to This Day in History, a chance for us to look back on yesteryear to celebrate some milestones and some achievements, and the movers and shakers who brought us this far. So what happened on this day in history? Quite a lot, actually. You know, usually I catch us up, especially like on a Monday, but since I've been out Monday and Tuesday, I think we'll just stick to today, because I don't want to go too long. So, you ready? All right, let's do this. Well, it was on this day in 1768, the first part of the first edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica. The oldest English language general encyclopedia was published and advertised for sale in Edinburgh, 1768. And by the way, I get a lot of my facts and figures right there from Britannica.com. You can find them online now. Also, in 1815, Ada Lovelace was born in London, England. Now, who is Ada Lovelace? Well, she's often considered the first computer programmer. But you're like, Stephen, she was born in 1815. How do you gather first computer programmer? Here's the deal. She's called that because she wrote the first algorithm intended for a machine. Charles Babbage's analytical engine in the 1840s, and crucially recognized the machine's potential beyond just number crunching to manipulate symbols and create music and art, a visionary leap for modern computing. Her published notes detailed a step-by-step process, an algorithm to calculate Bernoulli numbers, effectively demonstrating machine code long before actual computers existed. She was a visionary, ahead of her time. Ada Lovelace. It was on this day in 1851, Melvin Dewey was born. You're like, Dewey, I think I know that. Yes, you probably remembered that. If you've spent any time in a library, you probably heard of the Dewey Decimal System, or the Dewey Decimal Classification. He's the guy who came up with it. He was born on this day in New York. Also in 1884 on this day, Mark Twain's classic novel, Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, was first published, appearing in the UK and Canada. It was released in the US the following year. In 1898, representatives of Spain and the United States signed the Treaty of Paris, concluding the Spanish-American War. Also, it was on this day in 1901, and this one still blows my mind. Okay, you'll find out why here in just a moment. The first Nobel Prizes were distributed, marking the 5th anniversary of the death of Alfred Nobel, the Swedish industrialist and inventor of dynamite who founded and endowed the awards through his will. Now keep in mind, these Nobel Prizes are worth a considerable amount of money that it's still funded by his original wealth. Yeah. All these years later, the first prize is in 1901, and there were quite a few of them, which equivalently, like in today's money, these things were worth around $1 million each. And there was one given out for physics, for chemistry, for physiology and medicine, for literature, for peace. Isn't that crazy? That's a lot of money. From 1901 all the way through 2025. That fortune, it must be pretty deep. I'm just saying. So, the first Nobel Prizes awarded on this day in history. Also, got a celebrity birthday to speak of. Bobby Flay. You know him from the Food Network. Yeah, that guy who's really good in the kitchen. Have you seen any of his shows? Pretty cool guy. Born on this day in 1964. And then in literary history, Emily Dickinson was born on this day in 1830. Maybe you've read some of her works as well. And there you have it. That's this day in history. Time for me to bring the music down, close the book, and remind you of this simple truth. There are many facts and figures written throughout this book, excerpts of people's lives and how they impacted the world and the culture around them, how they indeed made history. And think of it. What if your good history were written in a book like this? How would that make you feel? Humbled? Right? Honored? I know. It'd probably even put a smile on your face. I hope that for you. That your good history is written in a book like this. But can I tell you, even if it's not, I know where it is being written every single day. It's on the hearts and in the minds of every person you come in contact with and how you make them feel. So, I wonder if maybe you could take a challenge with me I like to take every day about this time. It's simply this. And I say simply, but it's a little more complicated. I'll explain. The simple idea is let's resolve to make good history today. So that when others think of us, they get a smile on their face, a little extra warmth in their heart. That they feel better having just been around us. Now, we can resolve to do that, but it's going to take, and this is the complicated part, a lot of effort. It's going to take some time. Because you see, I would venture to say later today an opportunity will come your way in which you'll have to make a decision whether to react in the heat of the moment under the pressure and regret every word coming out of your mouth, or take your time, as the Bible says, Selah, pause and calmly think of that, mix in a little grace, a little mercy, a little love, and respond to the situation instead. Now, these instances can happen at the workplace, at your church, at your house, at your kid's school, let's see, at the gas station, on the highway. Oh, road rage, right? In the drive-through line, at the grocery store, basically anywhere. So, I wonder, with all that in mind, can you still take this challenge with me to resolve to make good history today? Yeah, I knew you could. Thanks for hanging out with me right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Now, let's kick it back a few years to some Caedmon's Call. It came upon a midnight clear. Well, it's that time in the morning for us to check in with a really good friend of ours. His name is Brian Trent. He's from Hampton, South Carolina, where he pastors the Lighthouse Church. He and his family are all across the socials under this handle, Trent Tribe. That's how you can find him for yourself. And we are in the middle of a study with him right now, a little series of sorts called This is Jesus. And today is day 24. Take a listen to this. I think you're going to love it.
Jesus stepped into those loops, not as a therapist with a theory, but as a savior with authority. So maybe you've experienced some trauma in your life. Listen, I get it because I did as a child. The problem is that trauma continued to traumatize me well after it happened to me. So I was stuck in a place where I relived the trauma each day. It's something that psychologists refer to as trauma looping. You know, many times in life, pain doesn't just happen to us. It replays in us over and over and over. It loops like a broken record. Life changes, but I continue the same old loop, the same old pattern. People come and people go, but I continue to relive my trauma through it all. You know, maybe that sounds familiar to you today, and it's impacting your mental health, your relationships, your financial well-being, your entire life. It's like you're stuck in the same fears, the same reactions, the same lies, and the same triggers. It's a vicious cycle that feels unstoppable to you. But can I share some good news with you? Let me tell you what broke that cycle for me. See, I had no idea when I first came to know Jesus that I had also met the one that was going to break the cycle of trauma in my life. I thought it was just about eternity. I didn't realize it was also about the here and now. Jesus stepped into those loops, not as a therapist with a theory, but as a savior with authority. You see, trauma loops often repeat one message. You're still that same broken person. But Jesus steps into the path of that vicious cycle, and he says, if the Son sets you free, then you are free indeed. He counters the old narrative with a new identity. So where your emotions spiral, he speaks, peace, be still. Where your memories replay the same scene, he inserts his presence into the middle of it. And Jesus doesn't just wait for your mind to quiet down. He steps into the chaos and he brings calm into the noise. He doesn't just get in the way of the cycle though. He gets in the way and begins to rewire your mind and your entire story. But see, breaking a cycle doesn't always feel instant. Sometimes freedom comes step by step. A new thought, a new response, a new breath. But every step with Jesus is a step out of the old pattern. He will interrupt your trauma today because he whom the Son sets free is free indeed. Love you.
That's good, isn't it? Trauma looping. Have you ever heard of that before? Yeah, I've lived that one myself a little bit. It's not a fun place to be, but thank you, Jesus. When you set me free, I became free indeed. Did it take me a while to get free? Actually, you know what? It didn't, because I was free. It took me a while to realize that I was free, but once I did, there's no going back. You know what I mean? Hey, if that spoke to you, I'm so glad you were here to hear it. You know what? Maybe you know somebody who needs to hear that too. Well, you know what? You could share it with them. Again, you can find Brian across the socials under this handle, Trent Tribe, TrentTribe. And, you know, I love playing his content right here on the Lifeline. We'll do it again tomorrow about the same time. Sound good? All right. Well, hey, I got a request here for a Christmas song by Home Free. It's Oh Holy Night, and it was Richard Udi who wanted to hear it. So, yeah, I think I can play that for you, sir. And hey, if you have a request, why don't you text me 256-967-0885 or call 256-505-0885. Here you go, Richard. Hope you enjoy it, sir. Let's talk about your word of life. That might warm you up. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9 in the New Living Translation of the Bible says, each time he said, my grace is all you need. My power works best in weakness. So now I'm glad to boast about my weaknesses so that the power of Christ can work through me. Oh, that's good. That's worth sharing. So why don't you? We've got it ready for you in photo and video form across our socials, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and TikTok. And it's always there at the top of our website, 885jfm.com. And you know what? I'm so blessed because when I read verses like that and I see that word grace pop up, you know what? I automatically think of my daughter, Grace. And I told you earlier on in the show, I'd be telling you a little bit about how her birthday weekend went. It was an absolute blast. We had so much fun. It was her first time ever having two friends over to spend the night at the same time. So it was cool. We also took the kids out. We had a group of 5 kids all together. And me and Cassie, for a grand total of 7, we took them to Coleman, to Pizza Hut, and the people at Pizza Hut in Coleman were so nice to us. They have this small area where you can eat in the restaurant. They don't have the jukebox there, but it's okay. I remember the jukebox at the old one. But anyway, this is a new one. And they found out it was Grace's birthday. You know what? They made her a brownie for the whole table. Yeah, absolutely free. It was so nice of them. And we took them out to go skating at Sports World Skate Center. It's a really nice skating rink, by the way, over in Vinemont, not too far away. We had a blast, and let me tell you, those kids, if they didn't know how to skate, they weren't giving up. It was a lot of fun watching them, and they had an absolute blast. We skated, played a little bit in the arcade, and then went back to the house. And having a truck full of kids, that was a blast in and of itself. All the things that were said, the songs that were sung, it was a lot of fun. And so my little girl, she is now 11 years old. She is a tweenager, right? She's between the 10 and 13, so she's a tween now. And I'm feeling a little bit older, to tell you the truth. But you know what? That comes with it, right? Yeah. Now, I'm not looking forward to the dating age. Not quite yet. I got a little time. But anyway, just the moral of that story. The weekend was amazing. She had a great time, and I'm one happy dad. All right, let me play a song. I'll come back, and we'll close the show out with your inspiring quote. Sound good? All right, let's get some Bing Crosby in here with White Christmas. Well, the time has come for me to bid you adieu. But before I do, I'd like to share with you an inspiring quote. In fact, some might say it's the most inspiring quote of the day. From Corrie ten Boom. You can never learn that Christ is all you need until Christ is all you have. And isn't that true? Because it's often in the moments when you feel the most worn down, the most overwhelmed, the most stretched, that you discover God isn't distant at all. Nope, He's right there, closer than the breath in your lungs, stronger than the weight that you're carrying. That's why Paul wrote 2 Corinthians 12:9, where he said, my grace is all you need, my power works best in weakness. So today, if you feel weak, if you feel like you're pushing through on fumes, if you feel like there's more coming at you than there is strength inside of you, I want you to hear this. You don't have to be strong today because God already is. You're not walking into this Wednesday alone. His grace, His strength, His presence are going with you. So lift your head, take a breath, and step into the rest of your day with confidence. Not because you've got it all together, but because He's holding you together. Thanks so much for spending your morning with me. Hey, if today encouraged you, today's podcast will be ready to go at 11 a.m. across 5 platforms: Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and YouTube Podcast. You could even share it with somebody who needs some encouragement. You know what? That word of life is ready for you to share as well. So, hey, why don't you share it with somebody who needs a lift? You never know whose day might change because of a little hope. And I'll meet you right back here tomorrow morning. Until then, remember this: God's strength shines bright, right where you feel the weakest. So walk in that grace today. I'll see you back here tomorrow on the Lifeline Morning Show. Have a great rest of your day. And before I let you go here on the podcast, I just wanted to chime in and say, you know what? Wheezy was very appreciative of that requested song. She said this: "Oh, Michael, thank you. You're a good guy. Merry Christmas." I love this give and take that goes on the show. Oh, it's so good. And by the way, I might be playing matchmaker in the background because, Michael, he's single. We heard from a single lady on the text as well. So could there be a little love to develop there? Well, I'm going to kind of try to set them up on Facebook and see where it goes. If anything happens with that, I'll let you know. Okay? Sound good? I'll see y'all later.